welcome to the stage, Robert. Okay, so the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, as our chair, Jerry Newman, observed at the outset, has administered the Walk of Fame for over 6 decades. And as Eli Roth correctly pointed out, Hollywood's not a real city, but it's in a real city we know and love as Los Angeles. And even though this street, the Walk of Fame, is a street of imagination and really creative brilliance, it also is a real street with real shops like Larry Edmunds' bookshop, and restaurants and hotels and small retail. And so on behalf of the city of Los Angeles, we'd like to present you with a resolution that is signed off by the city council member who represents this district, Hugo Socha Martinez. So this is a photo op.
I think the Dodgers need that chant in Toronto. They need it more than me, although thank you for the love. I love this smell of peanut butter cups in the morning. Happy Halloween. You know, this is very personal to me. This very neighborhood, this street. I see many friends here today, you know, within earshot, probably without this microphone, that helped me. You know, my roommates, my Hollywood roommates, worked here at Larry Edmunds, and a dear friend of mine also worked here, and their salary checks actually probably helped pay my rent for a while. But the two of them, James Jeremias and Janice Fisher, toiled on a little screenplay over the years, and it evolved into The Lost Boys. That's a fitting movie to mention on Halloween. And their dreams came true, and today my dream is coming true. So this old rod of a boulevard, which is called the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, well, not for my roommates in Hollywood and nor for me. So I just want you to know, no broken dreams here. I really want to take a second again to thank the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. And not just for this great honor, but the fact that they believed in this town, and we brought the Oscars back to this neighborhood. And we're spiffing it up. And also the fact that they celebrate this diverse sense of popular culture, both from the past and present. And when you walk down this street, you can Google some of the names on some of the stars you don't remember. But it's great for me because, you know, I see stars representing my father's favorite drive home to disc jockey that plays Sinatra and his favorite cool West Coast jazz, you know, Dick Whittinghill. Or I see my father's favorite band leader or trumpet player, as well as old variety hosts that I loved and disc jockeys that I cruised to as a teenager. all commemorated here. And that's all that fabric of popular culture. It's woven together that I think we all have in common. And I think in these times, it's really nice to reflect on what we have in common, what we all like. You know, rock and roll, reggae, country music, jazz, you know, talk show hosts that we remember from our youth. And I just think it's a great thing that the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce does by doing that. And I'm really grateful for being permanently cemented, you know, into American popular culture. Nancy, did you bring the Windex? Listen, I also want to thank all my friends at Warner Brothers Discovery. You know, they have been so supportive and kind during this process. And my old friends at New Line Cinema, Bob, it's so great to see you and others here today. Sarah, you know, you guys were champions of mine early on. And, you know, one of the happy accidents of a career in genre, whether it's science fiction or horror or fantasy films, is it makes you an international actor, which is just this great gift, you know. And I've done probably over a dozen films now in Europe. You can see some of them represented in the window here. That's me. There's my Russian poster, which is pretty cool, right, Eli? And that's just a great act to have in one's career, however many acts you get out of it. And I want to thank Eli. You know, I don't know if you guys just realize what a triple, quadruple threat Mr. Roth is. But if you think I'm scary, check him out in Night Always Comes. Okay, just an amazing performance with just a sprinkling of the master Anthony Perkins in this performance. And Heather, poor Heather, and I have been attached to him since 1984. Beauty and the Beast, you know. And I think Heather tried to escape Elm Street, and she wound up on American Horror Story. And then she tried to make another exit, you know, now she's in the world of Stephen King, you know. Always will haunt us, Heather. You know, I also want to say something about Warner Brothers Discovery. You know, that's my favorite lot since 1974, when Richard Gere broke my nose in Blood Brothers. I finally got a great parking place there a couple of years ago doing a game, which tells you how powerful games are. So thank you, Injustice 2 and the character of Scarecrow. I think I had Clint Eastwood's parking place for a week. You guys know what that means. Status world. All right. I have a dear old friend here, Rhett Topham, who's also been such a great supporter of this award and my career over the years, and a great friend. And, you know, Rhett and I go way back to Roger Corman days together. You know, I said this to Rachel Calloway the other night. You know, the days of second unit peanut butter and jelly. You know, you get bread, peanut butter, jelly, and your lucky flies. But just because it's Halloween, I will mention something from Rhett Topham's resume. He wrote the little classic horror film Trick or Treat with the late great Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons, who I've worked with several times. But that's a little Hollywood trivia, a little Halloween trivia for all of you. I need to thank my team at Third Hill. You guys have just been terrific. Thank you for all of it, Tony. Thank you for, you know, answering the phone on Sundays. And Gabriella Rice, my late great agent Joe Rice's widow. I wouldn't be here without them. And thank you, Gabriella, for stepping up. You know, after Joe's passing, it really meant a lot to me, you know, because I miss him every day. And he really took care of me and really helped engineer my career. So I'm grateful. Nancy's out there somewhere. Nancy found some of these posters that I wanted people to see, to understand, you know, that I've done nearly 100 movies, even though you won't see all of them because they're playing in what was the former Yugoslavia. But hell, you know, it beats working. And I would want to thank you, Nancy, so much for but even more than then all the late night phone calls to Third Hill and a hand holding from Gabriella and Nancy putting up with me. I wouldn't be here without the fans. As far as I can see, you guys showed up, and I know you're going to start knocking on doors looking for peanut butter cups and candy. But thanks for coming, and thanks for supporting me, and thanks for going down rabbit holes on the internet. And I just want to say to everybody, I'm not going to say it because Heather beat me to it, so how about this? Trick or fucking treat! Yeah!